Australia bowling to Fredericks of the West Indies, and your commentators Richie Benner and Jim Laker.
It's a fine shot. First runs of the day by Fredericks. Cut away. There's Gilmore, the fielder, at third man on the fence, and a fine throw coming in. So West Indies scoring the first run off Lilly. And that's the way to play the hook shot. The short one, beautiful in position, kept the ball down, takes a single to deep long leg. Sort of shot that really appeals to the West Indian supporters here. And there's a great hook shot, it's out of the ground. Oh, well, what bad luck that was. Played a magnificent shot, thread on his wicket, hit a six. And a very disappointed Fredericks there, so one can only say it was a little bit of stroke of a luck there for Dennis Lilly. It was a short ball, beautifully played, hooked out of the ground at deep long leg for six, and then knocking back his wicket. Swung away, beautiful shot there by Stan. Really, this Kelly Turan is in magnificent form, following that glorious cover drive with a beautiful hook off his legs for four. And that's it, got behind, and there's a flick. Not the greatest of shots by little Alvin Kelly Turan, but Gilmore, who kept him quiet all through that over, bowling a very accurate and good length, finally making the little man have a flick outside the off stump.
That's a good catch by Rodney Marsh. Thompson's first wicket, very, very low and away to Marsh's right hand. It just carried, and a very good effort from the West Australian wicketkeeper.
So a spell for Jeff Thompson, being replaced by his pace bowler colleague Dennis Lilly. Effortlessly thrown off his legs this time by Lloyd. Just going to beat Walker onto the ropes. Slightly downhill here at Lord's, and with this quick outfield, the ball gathering pace the whole way down to that Chapman boundary. That shot, beautifully played, in position so quickly. So Australia discovering here that there's another man they mustn't bowl short to. Really a brilliant hook shot for six there by Clive Lloyd, taking him into double figures. Let off there for Clive Lloyd. A disappointed Edwards. Didn't middle it. Probably the error there in the fieldsman's mind was the ball didn't quite come through at the pace he was expecting it.
It's a fine shot for 4 runs. Just straying in direction down the leg side, and Lloyd made no mistake. So the 100 comes up now for the West Indies. It's also the 50 partnership between Lloyd and Kanhai in only 49 minutes. And Kanhai's made only 6 of them. So the whole thing dominated this morning by Clive Lloyd. Walker's been brought back on now. He's got through 7 overs for 22 and bowled very well in the first session. Just about his 8th over now to Clive Lloyd. Straight down the ground, landing just inside the boundary. 51 for Clive Lloyd. Quite a remarkable innings today, and appreciated by every one of the supporters in the crowd, and even by those who may not be favouring the West Indies here today. Ross Edwards is coming round under that, and he's put it down. Another very difficult chance for Edwards, and he's unable to pick up that one either. That was perfectly placed by Ian Chappell. He put Edwards out there for that lofted shot away on the offside. Here it is again, Greg Chappell the bowler. Kanhai slashing away outside off stump, And Ross Edwards coming around from point on the fence. Might just have misjudged it a fraction, I think, but got both hands to it. Lilly is the man coming in under that, and he's put it down as well. 3 chances dropped by the Australians, all of them difficult, but all catchable. Kenai picked up 2 runs. Disappointment there for the Australians, but they have only themselves to blame.
Hoisted away to the grandstand balcony. A tremendous blow by Clive Lloyd. Wasn't all that short, in fact, something like a good length ball, but picked it up, timed it sweetly. And he moves on to 73. And really hammered that square before. And there's no way you can bowl to a man like Clive Lloyd when he's in the... What a glorious shot. What a magnificent shot. Wide half volley, waiting for it. Cracked it square. Up goes the hat. It's 50 now to Rohan Kanai. And Dickie Bird not quite sure whether that's carried through to the keeper. He's going to ask Tom Spencer if he feels it's carried. A long deliberation, one either says yes or no fairly quickly there. But he's given him out. Yes, it seemed a long time. So the end of Clive Lloyd, catch taken by Marsh behind, a wicket for Gilmore, and the end of a really brilliant innings. It's bowling. So Gilmore taking his 3rd wicket. Kanai fairly rapidly following his partner Lloyd. But the end of a most valuable innings there by the veteran West Indian player Rohan Kanai. Oh, he's bowling. What a great over this is. Well, Gilmore turning it on again. It's Richard's turn to go this time. So this young man who's been held back, he only bowled the first spell of 6 overs and took a wicket in that, has now come back and in 3 overs he's collected another 3 wickets. His figures at the moment standing on 4 for 34 and brought this game very much again Australia's way. 209 for 6.
Change in the bowling. Doug Walters has bowled his last over, and it's now to be Jeff Thompson bowling to Boyce. Lilly. And it beats him into the boundary. It's wide of Jones. A good shot too. Picked that up beautifully off his toes.
And what Boyce is facing is Jeff Thompson. A full pitch. So Keith Boyce fall into that full pitch. Quite happy about it. 34 very valuable runs in brisk time from the Barbadian. Only 43 minutes, the 7th wicket to go down. Score on 261. Had a go at that. He's middled that one all right. It's a fine shot by Derek Murray. And Lilly getting the treatment. Another 6. And he will not learn that you can't bowl them halfway down to these West Indian cricketers, no matter what order they come in. Derek Murray at number 9. A fine hook shot into the crowd for 6. Boosting this West Indies score now to 282 for 7. And Murray has gone very quickly into double figures. That's an easy caught and bowled. Gilmore snapping it up, and that gives him 5 wickets, so 5 wickets for Gary Gilmore, following his 6 wickets against Leeds up at Headingley. What a great start he's had to this first tour of this country. And nearly swung himself off his feet there. Gilmore not too worried about it, but he could be, because they'll run a second one. So 2 more, that's it. It's the end of the West Indian innings. Their score standing on 291 for 8. Superb century we've seen from Clive Lloyd. And the bowling honours here taken by Gary Gilmore, the man walking off with 5 wickets to his name.
Well, what a massive task the West Indies had set Australia. 292 to win. No team had ever scored that many batting second in England in one-day cricket. But Rick McCosker and Alan Turner got the Aussies off to a sound start. So here now, with the score 25 for no wicket, is Boyce bowling to McCosker.
And that's the first wicket down. Caught at second slip by Khalid Sharan, the breakthrough that West Indies needed so badly. Boyce just getting that leg cutter to run away from the right hand of McCosker. The run rate required by the Australians is just under 5 and over, 4.86. Great shot. Lovely shot from Ian Chappell. He's been aiming to club the ball away through extra cover 3 or 4 times, but he hasn't had his timing right until that one.
Boyce is still in charge of the bowling at the pavilion end. Starting now is 7th over. He's the solitary wicket taker so far. And a brilliant diving effort there by Boyce. Been so many difficult chances come to ground here today. It's a short one, a great hook shot there by Alan Turner. Really latched under that one, waiting for the short one. Put it away decisively behind square for 4. Clive Lloyd, who invariably in these matches seems to come on for a few overs and very often snaps up with a valuable wicket. Field very much on the defensive, no slip for the West Indian captain. So the 2 captains here in direct opposition.
And Alan Turner, slow to set off, was ambling through thinking he was safely home. But the speed, mobility of Richards tricked him in the end. And that's a blow to Australia when they were going so very well indeed. And the West Indian crowd, who've been extremely quiet for the last 45 minutes, back on their feet again now. As the West Indies take the 2nd wicket, that of Alan Turner, run out for 40 with the score on 81. It's away all right this time. Beautiful shot. Elegantly clipped off his legs there by Greg Chappell. Short and hit away most powerfully this time by Chappell. Greg Chappell making a 2nd boundary there.
What did he do to Ian Chappell? It's 4 runs, very fine glance there by Ian Chappell. So 5 runs from this over. Andy Roberts. Oh, and there must be a run out here. He must be out. Richards again. Tragedy for Australia. Absolute tragedy with a misfield there. The old rule of never run on a misfield still holds good. Waving that he hadn't caught it, it bounced just in front of him, but a great piece of fielding. That's a good shot from Ian Chappell. Ben Van Holders appears from the pick it up inside the boundary. It's 3 to Chappell, and it brings up his half-century. So a good fighting innings from the Australian captain. He's unfortunately been concerned in the 2 run-outs that occurred in the Australian innings, but he's batted very soundly. He gave 1 chance. His 50 came up in 100 minutes, and it has included 4 boundaries.
And a terrific shot. That really was a wonderful blow. Onto that so quickly. Enormous power, he put that away. Oh, it's a glorious shot. Short, cut away off the back foot by Walters. And Walters certainly looking something of a menace now to these West Indian fielders. Beautifully timed shot. 162 for 3 after 38 overs. Clive Lloyd now pushing a man back on the deep square leg boundary. So a man on the deep mid-wicket boundary. 2 men back now. Here are the fields. I think that Ian Chappell will be having something of a dart at him. Well, there's plenty of open spaces. And
again they're in trouble, and again he's run out. Oh dear, what a calamity for Australia. And it's this man Richards again. Really tossed it away. Absolutely needless run out there by Australia. And utter confusion again between the 2 Australian batsmen.
turning that one off his legs. So into his stride fairly quickly, takes 2 runs. Clive Lloyd to start his 11th over.
And he's bowled it. So that's the wicket West Indies wanted. And that could be the turning point in the game. Walters, who looked and gave us a glimpse here of his true form, fall into Clive Lloyd with his score on 35. A 5th success for the West Indies, with the Australian score standing at 170.
Boyce to Marsh. Bowled him, and that, I should think, is just about the end for Australia. Marsh, bowled by Boyce, aiming away through mid-on. He made 11, and the Australians are 195 for 6 in the 47th over, chasing 292 to win. That's a good shot from Edwards, who's not a hooker, but he swung that around. He went with the ball, swung it around behind square leg for 4 to take him on now to 24. It's a very good shot. Beautiful lofted straight drive from Gilmore. He's the youngest member of this Australian party in England at the moment. And that must be out. Kanhai, and he's caught it safely. Just 10 yards in from the boundary. An attempted bouncer from Keith Boyce. And Kanhai in all sorts of trouble there. 4 runs. It's a good shot from Walker. Well, 6 overs have cost 30 runs. Boyce now is bowling his 12th over to Edwards. And it's in the air, and Fredericks must catch that. A simple chance. And Australia have lost their 8th wicket for 231. The West Indian crowd is going wild over on the left of the ground. Max Walker now is on 7, facing Keith Boyce. Holder. And that's out. The 4th run out of the innings. A very fast throw from Holder. I wouldn't mark it down as one of the best pieces of running between the wickets I've ever seen from any cricketer, and Max Walker is out, having turned the ball to Holder, started off down the pitch, was sent back by Thompson, who never had any intention of going, and there certainly wasn't a single there. So now we have 4 run-outs in this Australian innings, which stands now at 233 for the loss of 9 wickets. Fine shot from Thompson. Picked that nicely off his toes and into the square leg boundary for 4. Australia now onto 243 for 9 wickets.
And the West Indian contingent ready on the sidelines for the dash over and when West Indies can pick up this last wicket. That's high in the air. He's middled it pretty well over the top of Clive Lloyd. So counts as 4 more. And the Australians not giving up without a great fight here. He's missed this time, otherwise we should have had the 5th run out. They're coming back for the overthrow, and if Richards had thrown to the other end, I think it might have been curtains. And the big crowd staying on here applauding the 250 achieved by Australia, and this has been a tremendous fight back. Full marks here to the Australians, standing on 250 for 9. Still wanting 42 more runs with their last pair at the wicket.
And that's it. That's it. It's Owen to go back. The overthrow off a no ball again. Overcome the crowd. They think it's over. They didn't see the no ball signalled, and these 2 batsmen are still running, and it's absolute chaos out there. Nobody knows what's happened. They can keep on running. Lilly says keep going. We can run 10 here, because nobody can find the ball. The crowd are on the field. Everybody trying to find out now how many they actually did run, what happened. It was a no ball, it was a catch taken, it was a shy by Fredericks at the wicket, and they ran the overthrows. And Tom Spencer doesn't quite know what it's all about down there. And I've never seen cricketers move as quickly, gathering the sacred stumps. The charge of the brigade over. A win for West Indies here by 17 runs. And unforgettable scenes here at Lord's Cricket Ground at the end of one of the greatest one-day matches one could ever possibly wish for. 291 scored by West Indies, 274 the Australian reply. And the crowd gathering in there now, mobbing over the pitch. They've waited a long time. Keith Boyce still unable to get through. That great mob of people that have surged onto Lord's ground here. The British law doing its best there to keep this excited crowd away. And Prince Philip, of course,